if you haven't seen it, bro, go. It's on YouTube. Go search for The Fight at the Farm. It's the Briscoes wrestling each other at their farm. They filmed it during the pandemic. And their dad's in it. It's great. Like, their dad is basically like, all right, boys, I'm tired of it. Y'all gonna settle this like I taught you. And just throws them in the ring together. And they end up fighting all over the chicken farm. Because, like, that shit was real. Like, they were straight legit chicken farmers. That's one of the reasons they wrestled at Ring of Honor, is because Ring of Honor had such light demands for travel and filming. Like, they could be functional farmers 3 weeks out of the month.
I think they missed a big window, bro. Because, like, as many chickens, because they breed chickens to sell chickens. They didn't sell them. They didn't breed them for eggs. Man,
they weren't egg. They were chicken farmers, not egg farmers.
Yeah,
that's correct.
They missed a huge window here. I don't think anybody saw that shit coming, but they could have still capitalized, like, right now.
It's a lot of trapping to be done if they decide they want to swap it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss those fucking promos, bro. On the Son of Sandy Facebook promos, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I think the best thing that came out of him being basically banned from TV was the fact that we got promos that we never would have got had they had a TV deal. Because there's no way that we see these promos if they're actually signed and on TV on a weekly basis.
No, like the one you played during that first tribute was great, and like you said, it was the perfect promo. He did everything, even down including to telling him where it was and how much the tickets were.
Yeah, dude.
He did everything, bro.
Yeah,
perfect.
Promo 101.
Calling the Young Bucks little bitches and talking about how their hair was pretty and shit. He couldn't say that shit in the E.
Nah, never.
He said he got that long hair like a girl do.
Yep.
Yo, I swear, I swear, if I didn't know that, like, if I hadn't seen pictures of like Jay's like parents or whatever, I swear they would have had to check his DNA for some African in him. Cause that dude,
yeah, bro.
I want to see that 20. I want to see that 23andMe.
Right?
Loved hip hop, and you know what? The last time I saw him, I texted you this. You'll forever go out in history as the guy who broke the Jay Briscoe news to me, man. Because I had laid down for a nap and I woke up to your text, bro. Not even joking. And the minute I saw your text, I hit up one of my AEW contacts and they confirmed it. When they said it, I knew, you know. But like the last time I saw him was at WrestleCon, and I was at the hotel there with Teddy, and it was that when they had that span of 4 matches in 36 hours, and I went to the bathroom and I ran into 2 people going to the bathroom. I ran into Minoru Suzuki, who was walking out, and he walked out. He's looking around him and he goes, "Oh, American bathroom." Nice. Like, I shit you not. He said this shit. And this was the same weekend of Supercar, Suave. Yeah, and so I go use the bathroom, and on my way out, I'm walking towards Teddy, and there's Jay Briscoe. And oh shit, Cap, what's good? And I go over, oh dude, Tony, what's good, baby? Gives me a big hug, acts like I'm like his fucking family member, dude, like I'm his little brother or some shit. That's how I'm doing. And sees Teddy and freaks out over Teddy and shit. And I'm like, man, let's go smoke. And he's like, man, I gotta get to this other match. You know, I got 4 matches this week, blah blah blah. I gotta go, but yeah, we'll catch up soon. And that was the last time I saw him, bro. You know, gave him a hug and said much love, and that was it.
Man, just thinking about the fact that they were literally 5 minutes from Suave's house for Final Battle. And
yeah, you know, and I was telling my girl that, like, when it was coming up, she was like, don't you have a wrestling thing today? And I was like, man, I could go. And honestly, like, there's a couple people that I really want to see, you know, and I listed them off. Like, I want to see the Briscoes and watch their match. I want to see Keith and Shane and watch their match. I was like, but man, I'm feeling like I've been dealing with some depression and shit. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna stay home. And dude, who would have known that was his last freaking match, bro?
So
at a show called Final Battle. Dude.
And now here's what's also crazy. Brody Lee. You know what kind of match his last match was?
His match was a dog collar match, yeah.
Bruh.
Well, Tony better stop.
It's a new white lighter of the wrestling world.
Yeah, Tony better stop. All right, let's do this shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Next time someone tries to book someone for a dog collar match, they're gonna be like, you know what, fam?
I'm good.
Can we do anything but that? Can we do an exploding death match?
Facts. Let's do the exploding ring shit.
I swear, Booker T would have never been in that position. Nah, dog, you ain't getting me on that shit, dog. Nah, get somebody else.
Well, say I took one body slam in the elimination chamber. Fuck you and all of your future plans.
That should have changed your life. That life changing that right there. Oh shit! All right,
that's hilarious.
Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast and Radio Show infused with hip hop. I am Wood,
made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent. Available online, shipped via Amazon. Not available on Sundays, but now available on thebeastradio.com. Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
I want to. I just introduced myself.
Yeah.
Today is Thursday, January the 26th. Yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
I said, yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
20 and 20. Chee!
On his head. Oh.
Where it is.
I think I like that better than 20 and 20.
That's the one? He got me to say it. I'm about to not say that shit. He got me to say that. He popped the rating.
Back to the Future 4.
He popped the rating on his ass. Tony Snow is back up in his bed.
What's good, Joe? Can y'all hear me?
Absolutely.
You can hear me? Okay, sweet. I was expecting, usually when you introduce me, I have that nice applause sound effect right after.
You mean that one right there?
I don't hear it.
He's doing some super secret shit. You just got to push through. Sometimes you can't get the crowd till the sound bounces off the roof and comes back down.
Oh, I got you. It's like so it's like the Omni in '94. I got you.
Just work your gimmick, kid.
It's a spot fest.
I got you.
It's a spot fest. That's what it is.
What's your finish, kid?
First and foremost, Tony Snow, happy birthday.
Hey, yeah, thank you. I guess once this airs, I will be celebrating the 20th anniversary of my 21st birthday.
21 for the 20th time up in this bitch.
Yes, sir. So,
hey.
I don't really drink, man. I've gotten to the point where I get hangovers and I don't appreciate those. And it's like the good time I have when I'm drinking isn't worth the pain from the hangover.
That's quite all right. I'll handle your lightweight for you, sir.
You've got quite a few other things that you can, indulge into that'll bring equal and probably superior amounts of joy.
Not to mention,
that's a good way of putting it.
Not to mention, he's sponsored by High Five, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to High Five headquarters. Shout out to Smoke Freezer. Y'all go lowcough.net. Get yourself a Smoke Freezer. Discount code DJ Tony Snow.
Lowcough.net. Love it.
You dig?
Yes, sir. You dig?
We have a really simple show. One of our most fun shows of the year, because the pay-per-view or premium live event, as it's now called, live on the CAC this Saturday.
The PLE. The
PLE. The Royal Rumble, which is the pro wrestling version of Christmas Day, takes place in San Antonio, Texas. Because Texas. Can't forget that.
You come from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? There is no reason to pussyfoot around.
No. You gotta put some energy with this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast and Radio Show infused with hip hop's Royal Rumble pregame show.
And there's only one way we do pay-per-views and PLEs that we care about. Y'all ready?
Yup.
Hey.
You know who ain't gon' win. You know who ain't gon' win. You know who ain't gon' win. Just say that this shit. I know who ain't gon' win. You know who ain't gon' win. You know who ain't gon' win. We say that this shit. 1, 2, 3. Get your tail. 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 3. Get your tail. 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on.
Remix
for 20 and 23 is approved.
You know what I'm saying?
It's approved, damn it.
When you see things, you have to do things.
Can I make a request? Are we able to do that 1980s Royal Rumble music without getting like a cease and desist order?
Probably not, but I mean, I'm sure we can find something similar to it. You know how the same way they did the Midnight Express's music after they, got signed and shit.
I don't want that. I don't want the Fiverr remake. Nah, fam.
I mean, that's what FTR got.
Nah, fuck all that.
I'm trying to get Deuce to start training with me so we can be a tag team. And you know how Jim Cornette had the new Midnight Express, and then Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss for a while were calling themselves the new Midnight Express to like troll Jim Cornette. So I was like, Deuce, we could be the new Midnight Express.
I want to see you be the new Heavenly Bodies, and then you play the part of Jimmy Del Rey.
I was about to say I'm Juggalo Jimmy Del Rey all day.
Yeah, I need you to hit the.
I said Juggalo.
He said Juggalo.
I'm gonna be Juggalo Jimmy Del Rey.
No.
Come out there with Manta and cornrows.
No, that's not how that's gonna go at all. I need Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey gyration.
As long as you have your black Jinkos on, man. Like
no.
The Heavenly Bodies intro music though. Come on, man. That shit was so hard.
Snowy too dope.
No, bro, Snowy too dope.
Oh shit.
We're not doing this.
It's already been done.
No, we're not doing this. It's Heavenly Bodies. Heavenly Bodies are nothing.
Dude, the Juggalos love me, man. When I was in Baconomics and we did Gathering, they threw raw bacon at us one year. Like packages of bacon at us.
Denton is wild, bro.
The Den is a wild fucking place, bro.
Yo, so we have the Royal Rumble event coming up, San Antonio, Texas, this Saturday, the 28th of January. I say Yevalot. 2023.
Only hell.
So far, we only have 3 actual matches that have been named to take place outside of the actual Royal Rumble.
Oh, of course, because now they have the Women's Royal Rumble match. So that takes up, you literally just have time for like 3 undercard matches, and that's it.
Which is cool. It's 2 hours, yeah. So third hour 3 and change.
Just to get everybody in the ring.
Hour 3 and change is going to consist of, and of course this won't be like at the end of the show, but let's start off with the matches. Bray Wyatt versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. Let me talk to you. It's funny. It's called a pitch black match, but it started off being billed as a Mountain Dew pitch black match. I wonder if Mountain Dew is still sponsoring this match or if they're just waiting till the night. Either way,
Vin Diesel, the guest referee.
Who Vin Diesel? Damn it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Tony Stone, ladies and gentlemen, he's still here. Yep.
Why is it called the pitch black match?
Because it's absolutely known that you can't ban the snowman.
That's also
no, but why is it called the pitch black match? Is it going to be wrestling in the dark? Because that's going to be horrible.
Well, because it's a fucking Mountain Dew partnership, and they had to put that shit somewhere.
Yeah, I don't drink Mountain Dew or pitch black, so I'm not like I don't understand how they're going to make a match out of a drink.
Now I don't have a problem with Mountain Dew, especially if they want to cut us a check. But
I mean,
to base the concept of a match around a new flavor of soda pop seems like a lofty goal.
Haven't we learned what happens when Bray Wyatt's in gimmick matches? Remember when his matches they would have that red light out the whole time and everyone hated that shit? Like remember the match where you had the big Jack in the Box? Come on, man.
The Randy Orton shit was the absolute worst.
The entrance of the
house he did, the Firefly Funhouse match.
Oh my god. No, they fucked that up because it was like they were filming like it was dark outside and it's still daylight at the fucking arena.
You guys realize that this is the first time that Bray Wyatt's wrestled since he's been back, and it's going to be in this gimmicky ass match?
So it begs the question. For failure. It begs the question, fellas. Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. Who ain't gonna win?
Yeah. LA Knight ain't gonna win.
Yeah, like I do understand, and we've talked about this before, that there is a long-term story writer who has been added to the payroll specifically as a homie of Bray Wyatt and is probably navigating his path throughout whatever we're going to see going forward. I am not of the belief that you're going to beat Bray Wyatt on night one. Well, he's done house shows, but night one, back in this situation, after all the hype, after all the talk, as much money as you had to give him to get back in the good graces of Stanford's confinements, I don't think you beat him Saturday.
I couldn't have said it better. You have invested too much time, effort, and energy to make him believe in you for us to believe in him. Go ahead.
I will say, if there's a bigger story to be had, you might beat him. Because it's not old man Rivers just saying, fuck you, I'm going to beat you tonight to see how you deal with it. It's, you're going to lose tonight because in 6 weeks it's going to matter.
I think we're at the point now where people are actually counting wins and losses specifically for him. And if he comes back and this is his first televised match and takes an L, we will the IWC will never live it down. We will never stop hearing the end of the second ruin of Bray Wyatt. There's no way.
No, I remember the first ruin of Bray Wyatt when he was in that Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins, and even though it's a Hell in a Cell match where anything goes, the match was called off.
Suave lived by that one. like
that for me, that is the day that everything just fell the fuck apart. From that day forward, I couldn't trust anything I saw on television. I'm not waiting anything out. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not allowing you to string me along. Either you give me what I want immediately or I will shut you down.
It's like that, huh?
It's straight like that. Like you have no more leeway to play with my emotions. You had me watch the new incarnation of The Undertaker for the modern generation, and you did it perfectly for about
3 months.
Nah, it wasn't even that long. It was whatever it's SummerSlam to Hell in a Cell. That shit might be 6 weeks.
That might be 2 if we're lucky.
You didn't have to book him in Hell in a Cell. You didn't have to book him. You had to book him in a title match at Hell in a Cell. But you did it anyway. About it.
Hell in a Cell, the match where, Mick Foley was thrown to his death and the ref didn't call it. The match where...
Not once, twice.
Foley died 3 times in that match.
Where Kane ripped the door off, but the ref didn't call the stop to the action. Where Triple H pulled out a sledgehammer and bashed someone's head in and they didn't call a stop to the action. But if Bray Wyatt gets buried under a pile of chairs... It's over.
And hit with a toolbox. And it's the second year. And then what was so fucked up, it was the second year in a row you had a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view with a Hell in a Cell match that ended in a no contest. Because the year before that is when Lesnar ripped the cage door off and smashed on Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman at the same time.
That was two no contests in a row, wasn't it?
In a row. And then that was the first year that we had the red light. Because everybody was like, their eyes were adjusting. We weren't used to seeing that shit. So we were too busy.
It was all the Fiends matches for a while was the red
No
light.
one fucking decided to test that shit on a Raw before you took it to pay-per-view. Like, bitch, you don't want to see what this shit might be like? Try to gauge the feedback?
Am I laying in a tanning bed watching wrestling? Like, what's going on here? Am I watching wrestling in a Kenny Rogers roaster?
That shit would have came off way better.
Am I working the line at KFC? What's going on?
We've got 3 rap music DJs here. I know for a fact you guys test out mixes at least in the car before we go to the fucking job site to play that bitch.
It depends on how you feeling. It depends, because there's sometimes you can do shit on the fly and just be like, you know what, this shit hard. Like,
I mean, but can you check the shit to make sure it's not in mono?
Oh no, for definitely.
Course,
like, yeah, that's what Q is for.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they didn't check. They didn't taste it to see if it was too much cayenne pepper. None of that shit.
Listen, I'm sure that shit came off way better in their head, thinking it was 1997 on a CRT 37-inch big tube television that sat on top of a fucking entertainment shelf. Not even thinking about the fact that this shit's on 4K worldwide, and we're getting every hue of red all at one time on top of a red cage with a red ring with red lights outside of it, bro.
Oh, because that is when they change. Oh my god, that was so terrible.
Vince is sitting in the production. It's all gonna be red. It'll be such good shit.
I like it. I think it's a great idea.
The cage is red, and we turn the lights red. It'll look like there's no cage at all. Ha ha ha!
Hits blunt. Such good shit. Hits blunt.
Look, okay. I'll be the guy who does this, because I'll think about shit like this sometimes. So the red light isn't necessarily the problem. It's the fact that you left the red light on the entire match. Now, follow me on this. Follow me on this. What if every time the Fiend was going to do something unbelievably violent, that's when you got the red light?
That just would have been fucking kooky. That'd have been worse than having what we saw, with having a fucking whole 20 or 8 minutes worth of red light on a red ring.
I think the red light should have been for the entrances, and then when the match proper started, it went back to normal lighting.
If he went under the fucking ring and got that gigantic fucking Doink the Clown mallet, and then the lights turned red, I would have laughed.
Okay, so question, Swab. If you had to choose, if you were forced to make a booking decision,
okay,
would you do a Hell in the Cell match with the red cage and red lights, or would you do a Punjabi prison match?
I can make a Punjabi
Either one
prison
the fans
match.
one the fans ain't gonna see shit.
No. I'm 100% certain the Punjabi prison match can be dope. You just can't have the Great Khali in it. There's nothing about trying to slide through trapdoors that benefits the Great Khali at all.
So
I'm just saying the fact that you can't see what's going on in there, bro.
Who do you have?
Yeah, I mean,
who do you have
we
in
can
it?
get a crane shot.
We have Jinder Mahal, Mansoor. Like, who are you gonna put in that in a Punjabi prison match?
No, remember in the early 90s when WCW tried the ref cam, they put the camera on the helmet on Nick Patrick.
That didn't last long. That was Eric Bischoff trolling the AOL Time Warner execs.
That's some shit they got from American Gladiators. The fucking helmet cam. That's exactly where that bullshit came from.
Oh shit!
You and PN News can find your way out.
How about SD Jones?
Rest in peace to SD Jones, man.
Special delivery, baby.
Can he hang around?
I mean, he's got 9 seconds, and that's because of King Kong Bundy. That's it. That's all you can say.
At least he was in a Mania. There's that.
Facts.
There are many people that showed up who always wanted to get in the Mania, but they gave him 9 seconds with Bundy.
I took the first 3 second tan in WrestleMania. You can't take that away from me, you bitch.
Wait a minute, hold on. And 5 seconds of that was being counted.
That is the definition of grand opening, grand closing. But I think I would pick the Punjabi prison match. But yes, I'm 100% certain everybody in the first 12 rows was pissed off that they bought tickets to the show at all. I'm supposed to watch a main event through Bamboo.
Dude, do you have any idea how expensive WWE tickets have gotten? Raw is coming to somewhere in Oklahoma soon, and one of my coworkers at WFC was like, "Yeah, I can't go, so I'm tearing, these tickets. You can pay face value for them. You don't got to pay the fees." And one of them was like row J or something, and it was $200 a ticket, man.
Yeah, we
I'm thinking in my mind A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. That's 11 rows back and it's $200 a ticket, bro.
We may have cracked the code, but that's not a conversation
side?
we're gonna give you here on the show.
Yeah, we can't tell you how we kind of figured out our way around that shit.
But so far, two events that we've tested the theory out on, right on the money.
We nailed it.
So what's next after this Mountain Dew Mellow Yellow Pitch Black thing?
Well, from one crazy to another, your champion, your WWE Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, takes on Alexa Bliss. Fellas, who ain't gonna win?
Miss Bliss.
Yeah, I honestly, I think she's gonna DQ herself. I don't think she wins either.
I think she DQs herself, and it goes more into this evil spiral thing to line her up with the Wyndham Six faction.
Yeah,
they've been teasing her more than anyone else. She was the first one that they started with the whole the Wyatt symbol on the TV and all that. Like, she was the first one for all that.
Uncle Howdy woke because I thought he had a cigarette in his mouth the whole time. Turns out it was a chew stick.
Do we get to see Uncle Howdy?
I think he comes out. Matter of fact, hold what you got on that one, Swab. We'll answer that question here later on in the show.
I bet.
For the final actual match, we have, this is your daily acknowledgement, by the way.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.
Your tribal chief, head of the table, WWE Grand Champion Roman Reigns takes on Kevin Owens for the Grand Championship. I'm going to go on the limb out and say I think Kevin Owens ain't going to win.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Earth-shattering developments.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Obvious will be your captain of the flight today.
I'll be cruising at an altitude of 1,000 feet.
Although I would love to see Kevin Owens get Roman Reigns up in a J Driller. I don't think it's going to happen.
I would love to see a J Driller on this show. I'm absolutely with you, and that's the only match where it makes sense. You can probably get one. Yeah, I think that's the only match where it makes sense. Now on the I guess the how do you call this, the a la carte betting for this match goes on for
more parlay betting courtesy of the Broken Pencil Booking Company.
Involved in the parlay, main event Jay and Solo Sikoa along with Sami Zayn. So what's the parlay on these?
How good was that last week though when Jey Uso stood up for Sammy? Like, that was such good TV, man.
This is cinema.
Some of the best stuff.
This is fucking cinema.
The only thing that was missing was the letterbox. The black bars on the top and the bottom. We needed that. If we had that, we might have jerked a tear. We actually might have stood up and clapped in our house, in our homes.
Just imagine, as good as this all is going right now, just think for a second. How much better would all of this be if Jacob Fatu was in the play?
Fam,
don't get me started.
How much more incredible would this be if Jacob Fatu was a part of all of this?
As many shows that are in Texas per year, as much time as Jacob Fatu spends in the DFW. Hell, if I had to bet money, either he has a family member here or he has an apartment here. He spends a lot of time.
One. He just comes here for the money, man.
Hey, well, they pay him handily because he's always
get that bread,
here.
Get that head, and leave.
And it's just I mean, we got Jacob Fatu, Journey Fatu needs to come on up too.
And just so you know, this is not a shot at Solo's effectiveness because he's played his part absolutely perfectly. It just so happens that there is a more vicious looking Samoan that could stand in that place.
He looks like baby Umaga.
Yeah,
like he's the closest thing that family has living to Umaga. Rest in peace, Uncle Eki.
For real, there's just something about just his presence and the way he handles himself.
There's just something special about Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf.
Respect, man. He just commands respect.
I mean, Suave and I saw him for the first time in the War Games match for MLW. And the way that, and you know MLW does not skimp on the ring size. The way that man moved inside of a War Game cell.
That was inside of a sports complex that was literally blistering on the walls from heat.
100+ degrees on the inside at night in the summertime. Under
TV lights too.
And
I saw the guy do a moonsault off the top of the cage, man.
Yeah,
at world
same.
Class. Like, the guy's unreal.
Like I was not expecting to see that much athleticism from a guy that size, especially with that many people involved. There were 10 people involved, or was it 8 or 10? Either way, it was a lot of people involved in this match, and this man made it seem like the only people in the ring was him and the person he was landing on. Like it's insane. And anybody who has not seen this man perform, and
go out of your way.
Go out of your way to. In fact, Saturday, February the 4th. Here's more shouts out.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.
HOG House of Glory Wrestling shouts out Master P. Jacob Fatu is the world champion. You know who's going up against the challenge for the belt?
Tell us.
Jay the God, JTG.
Gang. Whole lot of fucking gang shit. JTG just stands for just the gang. Cause that's all we letting in this bitch. Just the gang.
That alone.
All the time. All the time, God is good.
So as much as I would like to think that Jacob Fatu was going to be up in the Royal Rumble because that match is booked, I know P's bag is going to be bigger than Jacob Fatu going in just to do a pop up at the Royal Rumble, especially with as many issues that loom over his history. Like we're not going to see that as much as we need to, at least not right now. But anything is possible in the WWE, especially if Jay Briscoe can be forgiven posthumously by the Warner executives, and I throw that in air quotes. Then we can see Jacob Fatu on WWE television alongside his family, the bloodline.
Especially if Vince is back in charge. I mean, this is a guy that paid to make his murder charge go away. So I mean, Vince can make anything disappear, bro. You find out about it 20 years later.
Allegedly. Let's put that out there. No,
the receipts say a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. So do we?
I would love to see that though, man. Jacob Fatu in the bloodline. But yeah, I think as you're saying with the parlay, I don't think it's time yet. I don't think that Sammy's gonna turn yet. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm getting close to it.
You would have to definitively know that you cannot get The Rock for WrestleMania before you start pulling any sort of Sammy turn situations, because what you have going is entirely too good.
Have you heard all this chatter about how since The Rock's in question, they supposedly made an enormous offer to Steve Austin?
I heard it. I didn't believe it.
I would sooner believe that the only way
Steve Austin's gonna take the belt off of Roman. Come on, bro.
I would sooner believe that the only way that The Rock does not show up at Mania is if he actually signed paperwork saying that no matter what, because of all the speculation, I will not be at Mania to cut down on anything outside of this fan chatter.
If there is no movie production house that has an insurance claim on his health and well-being for a future motion picture in place, that's pretty much what's going to keep him out. It won't be money, because I don't think anybody's going to lowball that man. I don't see him just saying no, because this is the one person he would do this for. When you start putting hints and Easter eggs into a fucking NBC sitcom,
boy,
that gives me the idea that you've already had this figured out for quite some time. You just have to not spoil the surprise.
Even if it's the surprise the night of, like, all these things are possible still. Like, you're literally in his backyard.
Overpay. Fuck it. Don't just pay, overpay to make this happen.
Listen, it's already come out that pay-per-view bonuses are a thing of the past. If that's true, you're still making money hand over fist on these gates, which means that's more money that you don't have to pay out, and less money you have to pay for one-time appearances, because in a city like LA, you're going to get free guest spots from people in the fucking crowd. You're going to throw a bag on any one person for any one day, for any one event, and you got 2 days where you can do this on?
I'm going to feel really sideways if I figure out at some point that we didn't get Rock versus Roman because you wouldn't pay him a fraction of what Old Man River's paying for Tail. I'm gonna be really fucking upset. Like, cause what's the running tab up to right now?
I believe the last number I had, and I've said it before, 19. I believe the number is 16 million. But even if that's not it,
call it an even 20.
We can stop at 20 and say, damn, that's a lot of money.
Call it 20, because I think I heard that same 19 number, and then there's supposedly some more that have not been released yet. Let's just call it 20 for the sake of argument.
The Rock is getting ridiculously big, guys. Back like a few months ago, they made a post about the XFL and how they were doing like XFL Media Day or something. Do you guys remember this?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the Rock showed up in a tank top, and he looked like he was showing up to play. He's bigger now than he was at his peak in WWE. What's he getting so big for?
Funny.
He ran fucking drills. He ran drills with players at one of those camps.
At a camp with Deion Sanders. There was
facts.
There was what? So have y'all heard the reason that he said that he wasn't going to be at Mania?
Nope, because I didn't buy it.
So what I read, and this comes from multiple sources online. You know how we feel about that shit. And it was here. I won't quote it. I'll paraphrase.
Please.
That he wasn't going to be in good enough shape, or in the shape that he wanted to be in by that time in order to perform. Once again, I understand that ring conditioning, especially when you've been out of the ring for that long, I understand that it's a major thing.
You tell me it's cardio, I might buy it. But like, this is the guy who played Black Adam.
There's a huge difference between cardio and there's guys that are huge whose cardio sucks and they can't go 5 minutes. Look at Ultimate Warrior. He was blown out for making his entrance, for the love of God.
I mean, if you're just going to call out Goldberg, at least say his name.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, that night in New Orleans, did I ever tell you all my Goldberg story real quick?
Oh, please.
Supercard of Honor.
Please.
Supercard of Honor. I'm there with Ring of Honor. It's the Hall of Fame night, the year Goldberg's inducted. And we finished Supercard of Honor, and we were like, hey, Bourbon Street's open. They don't close. Let's just go hang out, see if we run into any WWE guys. And we go into this bar, and my buddy Fellow, somebody I met on the road with Ring of Honor, he's drunk and or stoned. You know, I don't want to implicate my homie. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, and he's like, bro, I think that's Goldberg. And I'm like, dude, it is, but leave him alone. And I look, and Goldberg's standing in a bar drinking by himself. He's wearing his Hall of Fame tux, and his bow tie is undone. And he's just like, obviously having some alone time. And he's like, bro, I'm going to go say something. I'm like, dude, don't. Like, famous people don't like this. And before I could say it, he was over there next to him. And he literally just looked up at me like, hey, man, you're Goldberg. And Goldberg dropped his drink, napped over, looked at him like he had just, cursed him out or something. Like, his eyes were all bugged out. Holy shit. And then he just turns around and runs. Runs out of the bar. Like, full speed. Like, I thought he was going to go spear the bartender or something.
Bruh.
You sucker.
That shit really fucking happened. I was like, oh my God, what the hell?
Oh, man.
He was afraid of us or something.
That's crazy. Maybe he just didn't. And by no means is this like a thing that'll happen in the future. Me taking up for Goldberg. Maybe he just said, you know what? Before people figure it out and more people come over to say something, let me leave so that I
That's
avoid
probably it.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, that's the first and last time. Best I can do. That's it.
And I go outside and the epic mealtime guys are wrestling on the street, like jumping off like fucking cars, like Sauce Boss is ruined like Ric Flair. It was crazy.
That's hilarious. I wonder if he speared the fucking valet.
Oh shit!
I was so mad because I went live on Facebook and got some footage of me and the boss, dude, just fucking around. And then this was right when Facebook started recognizing music in the background and shutting lives down. That was my first live that was ever shut down because it picked up on the music.
I'm still getting alerts from one of 3 quarantine lives I did. Like, what are y'all thinking? And the cats whose music I'm playing, they actually were probably chiming in while I was going live.
Until you've had copyright claims on your own music, don't knock on my room door. That's all I'm saying.
Black. Who's next?
Yo, all right. So
we do have other parlay games to play. We have other betting games and mixtapes here. So what we doing?
All right. So are we done with the whole Kevin Owens Roman Reigns thing? Like, have we come with any resolution?
There's no way Kevin Owens wins.
Well, no, we're talking about the parlay. We already know Kevin Owens ain't winning.
Kevin Owens is looking at the lights.
But what about are we seeing any involvement from Solo, Jay, or Sammy?
Sammy will definitely be involved. Solo might be lurking. Kind of. You know what? It kind of depends on where this match is in the show, because of the intrigue and everybody wants to know what's going to happen with Sammy. Do you close the show with this, or is this the last match before the Men's Royal Rumble? So it's
I think this is the last match before the Men's Royal Rumble. I think the Men's Royal Rumble ends the show.
Okay.
And how does Roman win? Does he win with a spear and a pinfall, or does he choke him out with the guillotine?
How did he beat him the last time? Oh, the last time was the last man standing. They handcuffed him.
Standing match, handcuffed.
I'm gonna go pinfall.
Yeah, I'm going spear and pinfall.
You don't think he uses the heel submission and chokes him out?
That's a good way to get Sammy involved. Like if he's choking him and refuses to let go, and Sammy's
in front of him, chokes him in front of him.
You know what? I like that. I'm gonna change my answer.
Oh,
choke for the win.
Okay. I'm staying on the pinfall after 3 spears. I would say 3 spears.
Because this is cinema. We have to have this. So remember the Hell in a Cell with Jay where he ends up losing. Wait, that's the I Quit match, or is that Hell in a Cell?
That was the I Quit match when Jimmy came back.
Yeah,
that was the I Quit match.
Gotcha.
Let's see here. All right, so let's get this one out the way first. Women's Royal Rumble match. Now,
that sounds chauvinist.
That's what it's listed as.
Let's get it out of the way. No, let's look into this and act like we have couth and decorum.
Okay, so let's pick 5 people who have a chance to win. And
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, for sure. And then what about surprises? Do we have any surprises that we expect to see in this match?
So top 5 to win first.
Rhea Ripley number 1, hands down. Like that's
gotcha.
Unanimous for all 3 of us. I would almost say either she wins or we riot. I can't see. I can tell you who ain't gonna win.
Well, I mean that is part of the segment.
Yeah,
so.
that's easy. I can tell you who ain't gonna win in this. Shit.
Who ain't gonna win? Who that is?
Ronda Rousey ain't gonna win. That's for damn sure.
You need to figure out if she's still gainfully employed.
Bailey ain't gonna win. Dana Brooke ain't gonna win. Nikki Cross ain't gonna win.
You'll be doing this all night.
He just reading the fucking roster. Nope.
No, I'm knowing people that I know ain't gonna win.
Oh, well, this is true. Sonya Deville ain't gonna win.
Man. I mean, can we
Valhalla ain't gonna win.
Mia Yim ain't gonna win.
Michin ain't gonna win? Okay, so
neither one of them.
Do we even have 5 viable ladies candidates that could possibly win?
You do, because you got Rhea Ripley on the list. Charlotte doesn't have a match, so that means if Charlotte's in the Royal Rumble, there's always an outside chance that they just say
she won't be in the Rumble. She's a champion. They're not going to put their champions.
She's done it before. She's done it before.
She's done it before, and there's that rumored her and Bianca Belair match. So it's possible, not probable.
Yeah, but you know what? I like her being thrown in it. So I say do it. So
I would say my five. Literally, you've got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, or not Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Bailey, Io Shirai, whatever that is, her name is, and Shayna Baszler. I think those are your 5. And Shayna Baszler, because I could see her winning.
They have to get Shayna Baszler back to NXT. Shayna Baszler for me to even be halfway interested in her again. The best that she got on this roster was when she went ape shit in the Hell in a Cell. In the Elimination Chamber.
I don't know if you can get back to NXT Shayna Baszler. There's not enough TV time to go around.
Triple H loves her, so I could see her winning it. But that's that's my 5. Period.
I'm gonna tell you a surprise I want to see in this shit.
Wait, give me your 5 first.
My 5. Okay,
5.
My 5. Rhea Ripley. Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
I don't expect this to happen, but I think it's going to be not just a surprise, but I think she's probably going to make some noise in the Rumble. Zoe Stark. NXT. I know you don't watch Swaff.
I don't. Like who? Like the motherfucker from. You mean Zoe from Blackish?
I did some shows with her way before she went to NXT. She used to go by some other name. It was weird.
And man, I'm trying to think. I would probably say Trish Stratus as a surprise and person that could end up in the end if she's healthy at this point. But my number 5 person who could win, who also is a surprise, and I haven't seen or heard otherwise, Nia Jax.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, you just dead set on mixing these mixtapes. Okay,
I mean it fits though, because I honestly don't have five people that I believe other than Rhea Ripley and Charlotte that could actually win this match. Those are the only 2 I think that could win this match outside of the people who would be surprises.
All right, 5. Give me Rhea Ripley. Give me Becky Lynch. Give me Naomi.
Wow. Now you talk about me with surprises and mixtapes.
Well, fuck it, you already did it. So, hell you mean? You left the gate open. All right, so I'm gonna take it a step further since we outside doing shit that ain't supposed to be done in this time and order. Mercedes Moné.
No.
Oh, I hate you, Swab. That was what I was gonna say is my surprise.
Well, she's on my list to win. She's on my list to win because you ain't gonna have Sasha Banks show back up and not capitalize on it.
The fact that Triple H is out here letting people wrestle in other promotions lets me think that it wouldn't surprise me if Mercedes Moné came over. And it wouldn't surprise me. We'll get to it in the men's if the great mood is the men's.
We'll get to that in a second because this is an interesting.
We have a classic rebuttal for why that won't work. But yes, hold on to that.
Mercedes Moné is a very interesting one. I'll get to that in a second. Go ahead, Swab. You got one more.
One more. And I'm not even looking at the roster. I'm just going. I'll take Ronda Rousey because there's no way you can leave that kind of money on the table. Like, I know this last run did not work the way it was supposed to, but that's largely due to the fact that you booked her incredibly poorly.
If she wins this match, there is one word that comes to mind for when she shows up in LA.
Bullshit.
Nuclear.
I mean, ain't that what we
haven't
for?
seen heat like this in a long time.
There's no way she's gonna be back-to-back Rumble winner. No fucking way.
But that's exact. So there is no there are no cheers, there are no boos, there are only reactions. That's a Vince thing.
Cheers and boos all sound the same when you're in the arena. At least that's what he thinks.
And nuclear. You talk about nuclear heat.
Honestly, if I could have a moment to retort. Since I've been a bad guy and been getting booed, I never realized how much I would love getting booed. I love it so much better than getting cheered. I think it's because it's the reaction that I want to get and I'm working to get it. So when I get it, I enjoy it more.
I don't think I have met one heel in this business that enjoyed getting cheers more than they enjoy getting booed.
I was the other day up here in Oklahoma, wasn't it yesterday? It was snowing, and I'm like, man, I'm going to cut a promo for WFC because it's snowing. And I cut a promo, and I talked about the Wagoner, Oklahoma sweat hogs and hillbillies with rednecks. And my girl was later on was like, babe, there's this woman on your live that's saying, wow, such low class. And I was like, excellent. I have offended someone. That's exactly what I'm going for.
It's like she knows me.
Yeah, so I don't think boos and cheers sound the same, man. I'll take boos over cheers any day.
So, speaking of, so Tony, give me your 5, or did you already?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I already gave you my 5, and
okay.
I didn't give you my surprise entrant. It was going to be Mercedes Moné, but swapped with my answer.
Well, I'm gonna change my 5th, and you can take Ronda. Give me Asuka for the win.
There you go. Okay, so that's one person I forgot about her too.
If I can get Asuka, Charlotte too, I'm cool. I'm good.
What if we get Mercedes Moné and Kairi Sane both, and they continue their story in America?
I don't think we're gonna get Kairi Sane just because of how classless her exit was. Like not to
on
say
her part.
No, definitely wasn't on her part. She got injured on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you saw what happened to Mickie James, and she was in the Rumble the next year. So
right, they put her shit in the trash bag.
I guess you got a point. Yeah. Oh.
They literally put herself in a trash bag and wrote her name on.
Like, yikes!
And that person's still there, son of a bitch. And they had the nerve to try to make it seem like they got fired. Mercedes Moné. Wouldn't it be some shit if Sasha Banks showed up for the Royal Rumble and Mercedes Moné showed up in Long Beach?
I mean,
and it's not out of the realm of possibility simply because she owns anything related to Mercedes Moné.
What
if Mercedes Moné and Sasha Banks show up at the Rumble like Jude Love and Mick Foley?
So
that'd be fucking hilarious.
I do have a theory on the men's side that relates to that, Tony Snow. You hold what you got.
Wait a minute, hold on. Hey, Snowman, you can have Mercedes Moné.
Oh shit!
I have a replacement on my 5 list.
Here he go. He digging now. Go ahead.
No, dead ass. Because I this is all coming to me now. Mandy Rose.
You think they bring her back for the Rumble?
Why the fuck not?
Let me tell you something.
You brought Vince back. Come on.
Let me tell you something. That same word that I described for Ronda Rousey would be the same word that I would use to describe Mandy Rose coming back and winning.
You think San Antonio would give her nuclear heat?
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. The nuclear heat with Ronda Rousey would just be like, I hate you, go home. With Mandy Rose, you would have grown men crying tears of joy like a 16-year-old girl with new kids on the block back in 1985.
That's just gonna bastardize my memories of CM Punk when he first came back. If they're just crying in the stands over Mandy Rose, like get the fuck out of here. Get the entire fuck out of here, please and thank you.
Let's take it to the other side here. Then the 30 man Royal Rumble match.
You ain't gonna finish out the surprises for the women.
Oh, I'm sorry. So surprises. So Nia Jax, she's been radio silent. You always gotta have a legend. Trish Stratus hasn't been heard from since she got hurt. And
I've got one that has been kind of conspicuous in her radio silence as well. Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I just don't think it's going to go over as well with the casual WWE fan, which events like Royal Rumble tend to bring out. Like, what's the reaction if she wins?
Was you heard with the 3 seconds before I just started talking again? That's what you get.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying she's gonna win. I'm saying I think she's gonna be a surprise entrant. She's gonna be
now. It would be very cool if she was a surprise entrant. Now, and this is not the shit on her. It's just the fact that like WWE is a very concentrated situation. So it's almost like if they don't know you and you on the upswing, they don't fuck with you. Like AEW and some of the other leagues, they're more of the we're up on who's on their way up right now. It's like the mixtape scene. Like you know who really got bars and who really can go. WWE is about who's on Billboard. Different animals. Let's see if we need a surprise. I'm looking here for some bullshit. Here's a bullshit surprise that I know won't happen. Stephanie McMahon is number 30.
Nah, there's no way.
Now you want to fuck life up? Okay, put Stephanie in at number 30. She wins the Rumble, challenges Charlotte, and her whole quest is now to take all of the women's titles so that she can corrupt the entire front office brass and take the company back.
You tell me Vince is in control without telling me Vince is in control.
Bing bong. Now notice I said this was a bullshit surprise, but yes, you can add that one to the list.
Never ever disrespect me.
Never. OMG, never.
Let's see here. So, and I said Zoe Stark earlier too. Possibly the only person that could have a staying power coming from NXT to Raw or SmackDown on the women's side for now. Not saying that there's not anybody else, but I've watched NXT over the last couple of weeks. I'm not impressed.
Here's a surprise: the return of Carmella.
I didn't even know she was gone. Is she even gone?
Yeah, she's health scare. Yeah, that was
super serious or just
super serious. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a baby, from what I understand. She lost her pregnancy.
Yeah, and it was complicated.
Oh dear, that's not good. Well wishes and speedy recovery, mentally and physically.
No doubt. I'm trying to think here, and that's
Beth Phoenix.
She hasn't been seen or heard from since the fiasco. Yeah, the concerto from Judgment Day.
Kelly Kelly's probably going to be in it. Michelle McCool. Well, no, she said she's not going to be in it. She said she hasn't got the call, even though it's right down the street from her.
I mean, everybody's going to say they haven't got the call. It's Texas.
Molly Holly will be at work, so I mean, her showing up, I don't think will be much of a surprise. Victoria showed up on Impact. I mean, you know, she might show up at the Rumble.
I don't feel like there's like a clear cut winner other than us saying Rhea Ripley, because no one's been built.
This is what I'm saying.
That's not not my fault.
You can get you can get 30 women in there, but you're getting 28 placeholders.
I wasn't in charge. It wasn't my
I think they'll bring Nikita Lyons up just to show her
She's
off.
hurt.
Oh, she's hurt. Yeah, she's just hurt.
Torn meniscus and ACL. She's out.
We ain't seen Dewdrop in a while. She'll be there.
You think she's working on a body transformation?
I think they might have taken her off TV for a repackage. I don't know what a body transformation looks like for her. Well then there's that.
Yeah, it took time off.
So it's a form of a body transformation, but that's not for me to discuss.
Well.
Congratulations on your nuptials.
No doubt.
Enjoy life, smile every day.
Let's see here. All right, so can we put this one to bed for now?
Absolutely.
All right. This is going to be an uneventful women's rumble, and I'm not trying to be chauvinistic or male. Any of that stuff. Like they haven't been building anything.
There's just been no investment. It's just not
nothing, man, nothing.
Will Lacey,
even less now with Stephanie gonna have a feeling?
Will Lacey Evans show up, and will she be heel or face?
Well, she's in town. I know she's in town because I have friends that are out to dinner with her right now. So.
But here's the deal. San Antonio.
She's in San Antonio.
Yeah, it's a military town anyway. So even if she doesn't show up, she still can kick it.
Why would you have her show up and not be like? You see that? You see the logic in that? It's a military town. She's there.
Yeah, y'all remember friend of the show, gang, Bryson Scott. He's really good friends. Him and Simply Luscious are really good friends with Lacey, and they're having dinner with her.
Gang shit. Yep, flex. We got friends in high and low places.
Hey, are you guys familiar with the Texas indie wrestler ASF?
A who?
ASF is his name.
I've seen the name. I'm not familiar with his work.
Same.
Okay, we're gonna talk off the air. You're about to be familiar in a bad way. Anyway.
Oh dear, that's unfortunate.
That's not what we want to hear. For the men's Royal Rumble match, 5 people who I think could win.
Go first, Snow.
Top 5 to win. I thought this was 8 gonna win, but this is the top 5 I want to win.
For the win.
First of all, Cody Rhodes. That's a no-brainer.
Young Cody.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win it.
I think he's a perennial favorite.
The Rock, obviously. He could
okay.
Because how's he gonna? They're gonna set up him and Roman. Who else could win? Kind of an outside, but he's been on kind of a roll, and I could see them doing something with it. Finn Balor, Judgment Day. I could see possibly Edge returning and winning back-to-back to finish his career out. That's kind of an outside thing because he's only got a few more matches left on him. And let's see who else. Realistically, man. This is a tough year, dude. Who have they really been kind of building up? It wouldn't be Theory because they don't really care about him anymore. I'm trying to think of 100s guys. I don't know. I'm at 4. Jeez. Hard.
And that's sad that you say that about Theory because Theory could have been a Hunter guy if Vince wouldn't have taken him.
I think he still is because he just had a situation where he was asked about Theory and was like, "Yeah, he's got all the tools." Okay,
so the last one would be kind of the obvious one, in Sami Zayn, because if there's 2 schools of thought of who Roman's going to wrestle at Mania, either The Rock or Sami Zayn. Whatever school of thought would require either one of them winning the Rumble. So yeah, there's my 5: The Rock, Sami Zayn. Who else did I say?
Rock, Zayn,
Cody.
Rock, Zayn, Cody, of course. Rock, Zayn,
Edge,
Cody.
and Balor.
Finn Balor and Edge. Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha. So we got Snow marked down for his 5. Which one of us is going next?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
All right. Number 1, Cody, of course, perennial favorite. That's the Cinderella story. Number 2. Simply because it almost happened a couple years ago, it could still happen again this year, although we don't want to see this as the match in Mania. but him going coast to coast would be insane. Brock Lesnar.
I'm not sitting through that again. Y'all got me with that shit in 2020.
But I don't know about how
it was cool for what it was, but I sat through that shit in 2020 and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not watching that shit again. I'm not watching Space Ghost Coast to Coast again. I'll turn that shit off and leave.
As long as he doesn't show up at the Money in the Bank and just win out of nowhere again, I'm fine with Brock.
Yeah, I'm totally good. Lesnar does not have to win the Rumble whatsoever.
Let me switch it up a little bit. I got Karrion Kross.
That's different.
He was one of my sleepers. He was one because he's a Trips guy. He's a big Trips guy, and he's a great talent.
And this version of him is a killer. I tell you somebody who, simply because he's out of place in NXT. And I hate to bring him up as a surprise because he's already on the roster, and but I think he can come in and actually do some shit and be reputable for the shit. Donovan Dijak.
You got him to win?
I mean,
what strain are you on?
Stranger things have
happened. I thought I was the one smoking over here.
Now,
shit.
now, actually, I
see. I'm the only one didn't get a smoke.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Cool.
Not to win. I put him on my surprises.
Let me to say, dude. Like Keith Lee has a better chance of winning.
That's a fact.
Facts.
Let me replace Donovan Dijak with John Cena.
Wow.
Why not Hollywood? You need a big name. That'll put him at 17 if he goes to Mania and dethrones Roman.
It's got to be a career versus title thing because, like, at this point, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How many times can Roman stomp this man out? Jeez.
And then I see your Sami Zayn, Tony Snow, and raise you El Generico.
Man,
that would actually be pretty fucking funny.
So that's my number one surprise and my final pick for the winner. So
because you refused to separate church and state.
Well, that was
I didn't do my surprise. I forgot.
None of us had done them.
Yeah,
yet.
we haven't done it yet.
That's Wood driving off the fucking overpass.
God damn, man. What's this, Grand Theft Auto? Go ahead, Swab.
Like this motherfucker missed the exit from Buc-ee's and just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go off the bridge and land in the fucking parking lot.
They're expanding that highway, damn it. You put some respect on it. Go ahead, pick your 5, man.
Okay. Alright, cool. Give me Walter.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Give me Lashley.
You going cold dark, aren't you?
I mean, look.
Walter. You mean Gunther?
No, he's Walter in his house.
At my house. At my house, it's Walter. You can call him whatever you want to.
I'm gonna call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Right. Give me Seth Rollins. I don't know if I want to pick Cody because now the bloom's off the rose because Sami Zayn is the guy they want to see in that role, and Cody's TV so long it's almost like he has to start from square one again. Give me so it's Rollins, Lashley, Walter. Give me, as I'm scrolling, who makes sense here? Give me Austin Theory. And fuck it. Give me The Fiend.
Wow.
Give me The Fiend. Like, yeah. If we start the night with Bray Wyatt, there's no reason we can't end with The Fiend.
Then it would be great. Can you imagine what The Fiend would look like right now? Imagine what The Fiend would look like.
Like, okay, you just said what would end up being nuclear? You go off the air, lower third shows up with the WWE logo, and it's the fucking Fiend in the middle of the ring in some like weird trance, and he's the guy for WrestleMania. I'm just saying, if you're trying to fuck some shit up, I'm giving you a real good way to do it.
I think that the Fiend can only show up if Bray Wyatt loses to LA Knight in that dark match. Imagine Bray loses to LA Knight, and disappears, just disappears out of the ring. Like, he loses the match, the lights go out, they come back up, and he's gone.
Loses the match and then loses his fucking mind.
And then he shows up in the Royal Rumble as the Fiend and wins.
So, I mean, stranger things have happened.
So Fiend was one of my surprises, but I didn't have any rhyme or reason for it. But that's a really nice twist.
You know my surprise?
What it is?
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Oh hell! Oh
hell
God,
no!
No boy.
Imagine number 30. The music hits. No chance. And he just comes walking down.
Fuck no.
But does he show up? Does he show up in the black wife beater and slacks? Like all he did was take his jacket off a gorilla? Or does he show up an ECW World Champion with the do-rag and black long sleeve shirt and everything?
If he tries to hit the Vince McMahon power walk all the way down the Royal Rumble entrance, I'm positive he's gonna blow both quads again.
I hope somebody comes.
Blow both quads again.
I hope Hornswoggle comes down with a shillelagh and clips the back of his kneecap.
Bruh. Oh yeah, fucking right. Yeah, get Butch to run out there, bitch, and just go hard. Just take his knees out, Butch.
Oh shit!
My other surprise that I want happen, but I know won't, and I wish it would. Is sentimentally Boogeyman. I wish they put my boy in the Hall of Fame.
Truth be told, I'm not mad at that.
He's undefeated at WrestleMania, bro. He's undefeated at WrestleMania. He deserves in the Hall of Fame. And Boogeyman is a classic character. Like, he deserves to be in the Hall.
And because, bitch, Texas, he would be a perfect like number 4, number 5.
Yep.
Keep going. How many?
Yeah, you got three. You got 3 more surprises. 3 more.
Well, so hold on. He said Fiend number 1, Boogeyman. Who else?
For surprises,
yeah. He said Vince, and then who was the second one?
Oh yeah, no, Vince and the Boogeyman, and then Great Muta, as part of his farewell tour.
And one more.
Had he not said what he said about Shinsuke,
don't worry. I'm landing that plane in a second, Swab. I got you.
What did he say about Shinsuke? I haven't heard this.
Okay,
it's inflammatory and it's something we can't discuss on the pod.
I can read as much as I can read as much as I can for this. So there was a spot in that match in which Shinsuke appears to kiss Muta on the mouth to take the mist from Muta and use it on Muta for himself, right?
Yeah.
In the post-match press conference, Muta says, quote, "He's good. Shinsuke, good. But maybe he's queer. He's expletive that you can't say that starts with an F, maybe. Bye-bye.
British cigarette.
Bye-bye, Shinsuke."
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. Changes it a little bit.
Yeah. Six weeks ago.
There's crotchety old Muta.
6 weeks ago, I'm all in on the farewell tour at the Royal Rumble and get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. 6 days ago, slap yourself. Not happening. Not in this climate.
Leave him on the list, though, because, I mean, stranger things have happened. Vince is back head of the board, so, I mean, shit happens. Come on with the rest. What other surprises?
You got one more.
Braun Breaker.
Damn, that was gonna be one of mine.
That's actually one of mine too. That's a unanimous pick right there, apparently.
I was gonna say Braun. Look, I would have said Braun Breaker, and you get both Steiner brothers in the ring at the same time. So just all 3 of them.
And they just signed a Legends deal too.
All I'm saying is
they did.
So
they that could be 3 surprises. I'm not gonna pick all 3 of them. Swab, I'm gonna go. You go ahead and jump the gun because I'll end up last on that.
Surprises. Give me. Okay, this is just wishful thinking. I know this one will not happen. The return of Big E.
Man.
It's just because I want to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see. Mainly, I want to see him be okay. but I would love if he got that moment just so he could feel that moment. Same way with Edge in 2020. Just he gets some semblance of, you know, his own terms.
Yeah, some normalcy on the return type tip on the way. Or maybe
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe like a last hurrah. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, I'm with you. Like
get that man his flowers is basically what I'm saying. So that's one. Give me what would actually say that this is a really big fucking deal as far as a surprise. Well, can't be Timothy Thatcher because, you know,
they fucked that one up. Boy, they fucked that one up.
Debut of Gable Steveson.
Huh. Okay.
This one is more of a performance surprise. Dom is in the Final Four. Grape Street Dom is in the Final Four.
Does he actually work during the match, or does he chicken shit his way to the Final Four like a Miz or something?
A little bit of both.
Why not?
little bit of both. I would have him as one of the final six, and he gets eliminated by his old man. But I really want to see him get to the Final Four.
I want to know how many Final Fours Ray would have been in if that happens. Because he's been in a lot of Final Fours.
This is true. Like, Ray really is the GOAT. Like, he really, or the gloat.
Or the Gamote.
The greatest luchador of all time. Don't put that M in there. Don't do that. Don't you do that.
Mask, man. What are you talking about? You're a jerk.
Alright, fam. If that's how you gonna play it.
Yeah, Mask, dog. I'm not that guy.
3, give me the reformation of the Hurt Business at the Royal Rumble. I know I'm overshooting on that one. I know I am.
What members, though?
You know what? Keep it real. If you were going to bring Ronda Rousey back, and she is still on the roster on the website, putting her with MVP as the mouthpiece, that's the next best thing to Heyman. Give me Shayna and Rousey, part of the Hurt Business. Then give me Lashley, and I've been seeing the Street Profits a little too often to pass that up. And then Omos is the heater.
And Shelton and Cedric is still left out to dry.
Emeritus.
All right, there you go. Keep it going.
How many surprises that? How many I got left?
All right, so you have reformation of the Hurt Business. So is that just one big surprise?
I don't think you would debut all of them at the same time, but you would at least get the nucleus that says, okay, they all back, cool. You get the idea that Lashley and MVP have squashed their beef, so that's all you need to have happen for it to actually come together.
All right, Big E.
Right.
And are you going to count Breaker?
I can. Sure, why not? Yeah, didn't I say something else, though? You see, this is when you got to start writing stuff down because you start getting old.
Ginkgo.
Yeah, I had some earlier today, but apparently not enough. Give me the return of Randy Orton.
Oof.
I know that's another swing and a miss. Like I do know that, but I'm doing it anyway.
And last but not least.
Last but not least. I need somebody to walk through this air quotes forbidden door. But who actually makes who? Oh, okay. Okada.
You think they throw that big of a bag at him? 1,
absolutely. 2, it's Uncle Trips. 3, recently Okada has expressed a desire to work with WWE and AEW. Doesn't mean at the same time.
But he would like to do
however,
both.
This is a perfect situation to bring in outside people because no one's actually going to get their shoulders pinned. You just have some way that you end up going over the top to the floor. So if you're going to open a forbidden door as far as Stamford is concerned, this is probably the best way to do it.
You could cash out so many ways with that one. So many ways. All right.
So those are my surprises.
All right. I'm going to go with Breaker.
Okay.
Breaker's definitely on the list. Like I said, I see him laying the belt down and walking away as champion from NXT.
Are you taking Breaker with the Steiner hat trick parlay or just Breaker?
Just Breaker. The Steiner hat trick will be dope. I'm taking just Breaker.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Rocky.
Okay.
He doesn't have to win, but him showing up with pop, like, huge. I'm going to tell you somebody else only because it's in his backyard. And even though you don't want to see him, for some odd reason, the people backstage do. Goldberg.
I'm good. I was mid-yawn when you said that, and I will not pass this up opportunity to say I'm good.
I had Dijak. I had him scratch his ass. Scratch him.
That's what he'll be doing Saturday in catering. Scratching his ass, and it's no fault of his own.
Now, I don't mind a reformation of the Hurt Business, but I want to see a completely new face. Enter Carmelo Hayes.
I could very well see that. I mean, that is MVP's offspring.
You see what I'm saying?
I think we need the Street Profits in the Hurt Business.
Absolutely. Now that is the one new addition that I say they absolutely need, just because at this point I don't believe anybody in creative knows exactly what to do with them. So let's just switch it up.
So what was the purpose of the Horsemen when they formed? What was the whole reason that the Horsemen formed?
To protect the champion.
All of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have Lashley, who could be Universal Champion at any given moment. Hurt Business that could be Tag Team Champions at any given moment. Carmelo Hayes is next up. Why can't you give him a U.S. or Intercontinental title?
Because that's not how we do things here.
So
we're gonna beat you. We're gonna beat you for a year straight to see if you got your head on straight. Then we're gonna try to build you from scratch.
Well, he's got a 2 out of 3 falls match coming up with Apollo Crews next week in Charlotte. So
another blown opportunity. And we should have a blown opportunity battle. I can get you 30 off this roster I'm looking at right now. Somebody want to time me?
And I got one more surprise.
All right, who that is?
Zack Ryder.
That's different.
Yeah, so he's been on a tear scooping up all Zack Ryder property.
Tripp say he don't want Zack Ryder, he want Matt Cardona.
I'm gonna say if he comes back, he's coming back as Matt Cardona,
which is crazy because he scooped up all the Zack Ryder shit.
I mean, own what you own.
No,
especially if Stanford ain't got it.
No, scratch that. This is probably the last chance we can get to make this happen to make it matter, and the timing is perfect. Nick Aldis.
Sure, why not?
I'd love to see it. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'd love to see it, but let's get real. Are we under the impression that he's going to be handled correctly?
By Triple H, considering he's a fan of the 10 pounds of gold? Absolutely.
You putting way too much stock on what 10 pounds of gold means in 2020 tree versus 1980 tree.
I'm already looking forward to next year.
He'll be the third banger bro in 2 months.
Oh no,
man!
That's where he's trending. I'm saying. So I'm just trying to let you know before it happens, so you're not too disappointed.
Bring us your smoke. Bring us your surprises. Bring us your picks to win, even your parlays. Show at brokenpistolbc.com, brokenpistolbc@gmail.com, on all things social. That's at brokenpistolbc on what?
Everything.
Tony Snow.
Everything.
Once again, happy birthday. Do you got anything else for us before we get up out of here?
Yeah, y'all be sure to follow my endeavors. In case you've heard, since I've been on last, I've become talent. I've graduated out of training. Shout out to my trainers, Coyote Joe Harrell. He's a legendary Oklahoma wrestler, and of course the Hall of Famer Teddy Long. And I am in the world of management now, so you guys can catch me working with WFC out of Tulsa. They're actually voted the number one independent wrestling company in Oklahoma. Here, they've been around for 11 years. And I am bringing Snowman Enterprises. I've already brought them there. Last show I was there scouting people out. And so February the 4th in Tulsa, WrestleLand, I'm going to be getting their world champion. And he's going to be the first member of my stable. And my first match managing in this company is going to be a world title match. So I can't wait. So y'all follow WFC, Wrestling for a Cause. It's a great company too, man. A percentage of the proceeds from every show go to childhood cancer patients and survivors, and the families of ones that didn't survive. So follow the show on the 4th is the fight for Zariah. Zariah was a sweet little girl that passed away from childhood cancer last year, and so a portion of the proceeds go to help her family with the expenses and whatnot. So it's a great company, great cause, and I'm having fun doing it, man. I love being a bad guy. And on that note, y'all can go to prowrestlingtees.com/Tony Snow. Check out my merch site. It's all official, like a referee whistle, man. I got the Snowman ENT, Snowman Enterprises shirts, and then I've got some shirts with my Twitch logo on it because I am broadcasting on Twitch as well. So that's twitch.tv/DJ Tony Snow 710. Doing Fortnite and a bunch of other online gaming with some of my celebrity friends on there. So,
Jay from Jay and Silent Bob is one of your favorite Fortnite counterparts.
Yeah, I mean, I caught up with him a ton, and then I've got some streamers from Canada that I play with a lot, a streamer from Japan I play with a lot, and the Japanese streamer is fun. Her name's Hochi. She's a big wrestling fan over there, and so I'll be on it. Like, Tony, you know Will Ospreay? Tony, you know Suzuki? Like, she thinks that I know every wrestler in the world because I work in pro wrestling. But, yeah, it's fun. I'm like, no, never mind, I can't say that. Yeah. But yeah, so y'all follow me on Twitch, follow me on Pro Wrestling Tees, get some merch, follow WFC. We're having fun, man. And down in Texas, I'm in Texoma the third Friday of every month doing commentary, ring announcing, doing that shit.
There it is right there. Suave Oktoberfest 3 is out on your favorite streaming platform now.
These are all treats. Free stream is on YouTube for those of you who are not paying for music streaming.
Suave giving it to
those of you cheapskates. Those of you cheapskates who are too good to pay for music streaming.
Look, yeah, I didn't want to put it in those words, but yeah, for those of you too cheap to spend money on a streaming home, there is YouTube.
Suave giving money.
Dude, I'm a heel now. So for all you rednecks and hillbillies and sweat hogs and cheapskates who can't save enough of your government money every month to spend a little bit of bread on Swaptoberfest, you can go pirate it for free like you pirate all the other shit that you watch. You probably haven't paid for a POE in years, have you? No, you go to that watchwrestling.in and watch the shit with the porno boo-boo ads during everything.
Yo!
So go over to YouTube, stream my man shit for free because you weren't going to pay for it anyway. It's going to take real fans like me to actually pay to appreciate his art. But you wouldn't know about that because you're not me. There you
go. Tony Snow's cutting promos on all my... matter of fact, he's cutting a promo on Swavetoberfest Prime.
First of all, Tony Snow is talking to all of you yahoos who still refuse to get your own logins for over-the-top applications. Stop.
Yeah, everybody that's using their last ex or their third cousin or their granny's auntie's login for Hulu, I'm talking to you. All right, get out of your mom's basement, quit playing D&D, and discover women.
If it's more than 3 houses sharing logins, at this point, we're talking to you.
Dog said, "Yo, I'm telling you some wild shit I saw. I've seen someone give a coworker their login, get terminated, and then change the password. That's some degenerate ass shit."
Wow. Try to fight you in an Applebee's. You change my password, you no good motherfucker. Like, seriously. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you change the email too. Now, if you really want to be spiteful, change the email and the password.
That's first class fuckery right there.
Yeah, now that's not just getting even, that's one up. Fire me, okay, bitch, you'll never see another episode of this.
And on that note, Swab, take him to the house.
Pencil pushers. Heads up. Pencils down.
Your rumbling ass.
Hey, bonus coverage in this hoe.
And
one person who never won the Royal Rumble but should have.
Oh shit. One person
you didn't read the whole format, did you?
One person that never won. That should have.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Okay.
Cause see, okay. I was actually thinking Ted DiBiase.
That would have been a good one too. But he was at his hottest before they were giving title shots to the winner. Like, that didn't become a thing till 93. Yokozuna's the first.
And DiBiase's prime was 86, 87.
Facts.
Because Duggan won the first one.
That's 88.
Yeah, it was for money. It was for money.
Yeah, it was for bread.
And it was on free TV going head up against the Super Bowl.
And then, like, every year after that, it was just so Hogan can pose.
Oh, no, because you had... Okay, so the first one was Duggan, and he won the bread, and that was in 88. Was it 89 and 90 that Hogan was back-to-back, or was it 90-91 Hogan was back-to-back?
I think it's 90-91, because I think 89 might have been... Was 89 like John Studd or some shit?
Yes, 89 was John Studd.
Damn, how do I know that?
Then 90 and 91 was Hogan, and then 92 was Ric Flair winning the title, and then 93 was the first year they did where the winner got the title.
Yeah, y'all couldn't have paid me to say John Studd. That's amazing for both of you.
Like, facts.
John Studd, yep.
That's how it went. So
the original Slam Challenge, remember that?
Snow says Jake the Snake Roberts. Who you got, Wood?
Let me see here. So one person that should have won the Rumble but didn't.
Right.
I'm going to go with... You know what? Only because he's one of the greatest to never do it. And he was at his peak in WWE, Scott Hall.
Damn, that was my answer. But I'm sitting here also thinking about it. I'm like, he has a very short window.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. It's like 2 years.
Right. So if you were gonna do it, it's like you don't do it for WrestleMania 10. 11 ended up being Michaels and Diesel, so you could have maybe done it there. 96 is, what ended up being WrestleMania 12 in the Iron Man match. After that, it's Stone Cold Austin season. It is Steve Austin season
for the foreseeable future.
For the foreseeable fucking future. So it's rough. So yeah, I'm glad you took the pressure off me for that one.
And let me be clear: Scott Hall as Razor Ramon, not Scott Hall as Scott Hall. Let me be very clear with that.
These are truths. I'll give you that. Who should have won a Royal Rumble but never did? I do have one answer, and it's strictly as a wrestler, not for anything they've done post wrestling. Kane should have won a Royal Rumble.
He actually was my number 2.
But since I'm not going to use him as my choice, I'm going to move forward and say, you know what? Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah.
He never won one either. Mr. Perfect. That will be another one I would have put on the list.
So those windows were short too for both of those guys.
Oh, absolutely, because Hogan must pose.
Like we're talking for Hennig, we're like 94 was probably the only year where he could have, and that's when you had the that crazy ass spot with Luger and Bret Hart.
94, hell, I think he's like, isn't that when he did his Lloyds of London shit?
Who, Hennig?
Yeah.
More than likely.
Cause he's out of the ring like soon thereafter. Who else? Owen Hart.
That's the only window he had too.
I'd have been here for that.
Unless you took 9 away from him, away from Shawn Michaels.
You mean 11?
I'm sorry, not 11. I said 9, not even 11.
I'd have 100%. Because Diesel wouldn't have been champion either. It'd been Hart versus Hart in the fucking main event of 11. After you did what you did at 10?
I guess you got a point. Yeah, because man, that was man. you handed it to him.
All I'm saying is, then there's that. So then there's one last one. You got free booking reign over this Saturday's Royal Rumble. What is the one thing you would book to happen?
I hate to say this, and I don't like. First and foremost, I need on paper that Rocky ain't making it to Mania. I need that on paper. And once I get that, whether it be facts, whether it be a text message with a signature on it, whatever the fuck that's legal and binding, whenever I get that, I got El Generico winning the Royal Rumble and then unmasking.
Or does it have to be El Generico? Can it just be Sammy showing up as 30?
To me, it's all like it wouldn't even be like in true El Generico gear. It would just be like a really dope ass like mask suit, and no one knows who the fuck it is. And then because that's I'm saying that simply because you don't want it to come off as though he's turning his back on the bloodline until he takes off his mask.
Like you would have had to have something in Roman versus KO to trigger that, but I'm totally with it.
Not saying that wouldn't happen either. But yeah, that's to me that's the play, is to make sure that you don't know it's Sammy, because it's the Royal Rumble. Like if you've got the Usos actually in the match or Solo actually in the match, what's to stop them from coming back out if they're not at the match at the end? Enter somebody they don't know who the hell it is, and it ends up being the one person who can thwart their whole plan. That's okay. That's my booking.
Snow, what you got?
Yo, Snow, you there?
No, I'm there. Can you hear me? He's in the middle of a dab.
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
We can now. You sounded like you were underwater for a second.
No, I'm just sitting here. I don't know what's going on. I'm talking through a webcam, and that might be it. I couldn't find my mic.
Oh, good.
This may not be the sexy thing, and other people might be calling it, but I want to see what I'm tuning into the Rumble for. I want to see The Rock come back, man. I want to see The Rock show up in the Rumble and win it, and we get The Rock and Roman Reigns at Mania, because I really don't see anyone else that is a viable option to take the belt off of Roman. I don't see anyone else that would take one or both belts off of him. That is believable to me. The only one that I thought that I would have bought into, was if Drew McIntyre would have taken one of the titles off of him at the Castle. I thought that was going to happen. I really thought that they'd take one title off of Roman. You get less of a schedule because he's talking about wanting to wind things down. and then they take the other title off of Mania. I thought that's what was going to happen. But yeah, I'd love to see Cody do it, but I don't know. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm picturing it happening, picturing the crowd pop, thinking about how it's possible because he's in LA, and then the fact that you mentioned something about, well, what if one of these production companies doesn't want him to get hurt or anything? Well, 99% of the films that The Rock is in right now, his own production company is producing them. $7 Productions is The Rock, and like it did Jumanji, it did like Black Adam, I believe they were the production company behind it.
Yep.
So, and I don't think that's an issue. So yeah, I think that's my money's on The Rock showing up, and that's honestly what I want to see.
Then there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the $7 thing, I was like, okay, that's a top tier thing. Like, you have to know. So yeah, I always kind of laugh when I see people use that particular piece of logic. I tell you what, I'm gonna book some shit that in 100 years you would never actually get unless it was for a different place. I am booking a live rounds fist fight between Lesnar and Lashley. Lashley will be well on his way to dominating the Royal Rumble. This will probably be somewhere in the early part. Lesnar shows up. They get to fighting. Both go over the top rope. They don't quit fighting though. So for the rest of the Royal Rumble, we are doing cut shots to Lashley and Lesnar fucking up the entire Alamo Dome.
They're doing like Kevin Sullivan, Chris Benoit type shit.
Bingo. Or Royal Rumble 1999 when they jumped Stone Cold in the bathroom.
He said live rounds.
Live rounds.
Can we get a pop-up box in the corner with like updates?
How many power punches have landed? I want CompuBox numbers. But I'm booking, yeah, like, look, live rounds. First guy to fall does the job at WrestleMania.
So
how about Vince McMahon comes out as 29, and right when we think there's no way anything could get worse, number 30 hits, and you hear, "Here comes the money." Money.
No, Mr.
No cap. Now booking Shane would be funny.
Mr. 800K for not doing shit.
828K. Don't shout me my extra 30.
Say,
fuck you.
Seriously, that's almost 30K there, bro.
You feel me? You know what you can do with almost 30K?
You can pay a manager at McDonald's. That's what you can do.
That is a sad reality.
My bad.
I'm done after that. That's sobering.
my bad, McDonald's. I am the worst.
you completely just fucked the rest of my evening up. Like, damn, bro, it's like people out here just.
Hey,
nobody should have to take that kind of abuse for that low pay.
You already took them to the house. Ain't shit else that need to be done after that.
Yeah, just push the fucking stop. Yeah, push the button. This shit over with.